Hey, dreamers and wanderers, welcome to our new podcast episode of Dream and Wonderland. I'm Pia, your host and face behind Dream and Wonderland. And this episode will be all about my personal, I call it, blueprint of making a dream come true. Um, I would like to share it with you so that you have maybe a kind of blueprint or like a plan how you make your dreams come true. Because sometimes dreams are so big and sometimes we are just overwhelmed with the question where to start, where to begin, what is the next step, and all the things. So this is what the episode will be about. I hope you will enjoy it and let's dive right into it. So before we start, I would love to say thank you for watching and also would like to ask you to leave me a like, feel free to comment, and if you are new to this channel and are not subscribed yet, then feel free to follow me. The follow button should be somewhere there in the top right corner, and switch on all the notifications that you don't miss whether a podcast episode nor a tarot reading or any kind of other posts, videos from me and from Dream and Wonderland. So now let's start. So maybe you have realized, or maybe not, if you're new here on the channel, then maybe you don't know that yet, but I am a huge wrestling fan. Since my childhood, since 1992 it was, when I saw the very first time some wrestling event on TV. It was a live event showing on German TV. Whether it was Royal Rumble or WrestleMania, I don't know which exactly, I can't remember that, but it was one of those. A pay-per-view for sure, and I was fascinated at the very first time. So since then, I am a wrestling fan, and I was dreaming about going to WrestleMania, and I did the very first time in 2010 already with a group of friends. And the second time, so this first time made me wanting more of that and going to another WrestleMania. And at that time, no one really wanted to join me again, or they had all kind of other priorities at that time. And this is where my journey of making my dreams come true started. It was summer 2013 when I decided eventually go all by myself, because for the past 3 years between 2010 and 2013 I received so many no's from those friends, from my wrestling buddies, so that right in that summer I decided to what the heck, I'm going by myself. I won't let myself being stopped from traveling or going to WrestleMania by the fact that none of them wants to go again, obviously. So I decided to go by myself. Then everything came into a roll. Universe heard my decision and sent me all kind of opportunities. And soon afterwards I bought my tickets for WrestleMania and booked my flights and everything, my hotels and my car for the road trip afterwards. And in April 2014, that was the time when I actually went on my very first solo trip, my very first solo WrestleMania, and still one of my number one dream vacation. But that's just for a little background information. The fact that I'm a wrestling fan, and if you are, or at least heard about wrestling, professional wrestling, WWF, WWE, NXT, AEW, all that things, all those promotions, you might have heard of the phrase or of the word catchphrase. And usually almost every wrestler has their very own and unique catchphrase. So I have my own catchphrase as well. And that catchphrase has dream, eat, wonder, repeat. And yeah. So this catchphrase is pretty much the base of everything. It's all about dream big, find out what your dream is, connect with your dreams, and dream even bigger. Really build a vision of your life, of your dream life, of what you want, what you desire, what you don't want, and really have that picture. You could use all kinds of techniques to make that picture visible, whether it's via vision boards, Pinterest dream boards, a vision journal, a dream journal, visualizations, techniques to really be in that dream as much as possible so that you really feel how it feels and really create that vision so that you can actually pull it into your life step by step, dream by dream. You know, the law of attraction, sending out those vibes, attract even more from that, and things like that. So, dream, eat. So basically it's a 4-pillar framework, I would say. So it's not only a catchphrase, but it's also the base of my coaching programs, my courses, the way I try to make my dreams come true. And it's 4 pillars: dream, eat, wonder, repeat. I'm pretty sure it's a catchphrase. So the pillar of dream, I think it's clear. It's really all about dreaming. The second pillar, which is called eat, it's just called eat because it fits into that rhyme of that catchphrase. But actually it's it's kind of metaphor for processing what you already have dreamt of. So what happened in pillar number 1, but also really making a plan of how you want to make those things come true and break the big vision down into smaller pieces so that you can actually process them and find ways to make them happen. And it's all about what do you need to make your dream come true, break that into little pieces. Kind of also write down. It's always better to write down everything. I'm a total fan of journaling. So I'm using pen and paper traditionally and write everything down because it's I can process my thoughts better if I can bring it on paper, if my hand is doing something and when my eyes actually are able to see it, then it becomes real. And the total energy behind there, at least from my point of view, is completely different than if you are just in your head and try to visualize. Anyways, so the second pillar is all about processing, making a plan. The third pillar is it's kind of probably the one that is the most fun, because literally it is all about wonder with an A, like Wanderlust, for example, and really wandering the world, your dream, make things happen, take action, and really take that plan that you made in the second pillar and really take the next step. Go through your plan and turn that plan into reality, like really plan or wonder. For example, if your dream is traveling the world, so connect with your dream in pillar 1. What does it mean to you? Do you want to travel the world in one piece, or is it fine to... so how does it look like traveling the world? Then second phase, the eat and the second pillar. What possibilities are there? How can you make that happen? And then, are there any alternatives, for example? So if your dream is traveling the world in one piece, what would it need it? Do you need to quit your job? Is there a sabbatical possible? How much money do you need? Questions like that. And also, of course, what else does it need? Like flight tickets, hotels, accommodation, depending on how you want to travel, like via backpack, via hostels, via a van, whatever. That depends really on what you are dreaming of. Then make that plan, really. Check out visa, vaccination, best travel times in different countries, things like that. How much money, of course, do you need to... How long should the break from your work, from your career, from whatever? Or maybe you decide to build yourself an online business so that you can really travel all the time. Things like that really happens in the 2 first pillars. And then the third pillar, wonder, actually do it. When is your starting traveling time? And then really do it. And also, when your plan says you need to book a flight or take some holidays or take the visa or apply for a visa, then really do it. Book that flight. Talk to your boss. Talk to the necessary embassy for a visa. Things like that. Really take those steps. And then, of course, eventually go on that journey, travel as you have planned already. And then the fourth pillar, repeat, is everything that you really want to repeat. Like, if you have broken down the big vision of traveling the world into single pieces, like one country at a time, one country in one holiday. For example, if you decided you want to keep your job and don't quit it, but still want to see the rest of the world, one holiday, one country, maybe. And then really go back to that step and repeat every single steps as well that you need to fulfill that part of your dream. Or if you have fulfilled your dream already, then go back to pillar number 1 and see what else you can dream of. What else do you want? Because with every fulfilled dream, I'm afraid new ones arise. And yeah, at least that happened to me. When I fulfilled my dream of my very first WrestleMania in my first solo trip, damn, I started to see what else is possible. If I can go to one WrestleMania, why not go to another WrestleMania the next year? And luckily, they always changed their locations, which gives me the opportunity to explore different locations. So, okay, when I could do that, what else is possible? And from that question onwards, what else is possible? What can I make happen? Damn, so much more has flown to me and really built up in my head. And from that tiny little, at that time, that was the biggest dream I've ever had in my life. Traveling to another continent, watching all that WrestleMania stuff, meeting the wrestlers, going to that entire WWE experience thing in New Orleans. It was at that time one of my still favorite cities. Now, today, one of my dreams is to go back to New Orleans. So it builds up, it builds really up. And yeah, when you keep going, if you keep doing, then also momentum is building up. And with every single step that you make happen, which you turn into reality, where parts of your dream come true, with each and every single step, you create a whole new world for yourself, for your surroundings, for your personality. Yeah, for pretty much everything. So, still, from my point of view, following your dreams is the best thing that you could do for yourself. And yeah, so if that little blueprint, if you want to call it that way, of course, it's just one possibility. It's just one tool that you could use to make your dreams come true. There are so many out there. If you're one of the spontaneous person, then feel free to what comes to you at that time, because every one of us is receiving impulses from the spiritual world, and sometimes it says, okay, this is the next step to making my dream come true. So I'm doing it. There's no big planning necessary. I just do it. It's possible. You don't need to follow all the 4 pillars, but at least it's a way to go through the process, to take away the feeling of overwhelm, to break that big thing of your dream life into smaller pieces that you can actually turn into reality. And this is the key, the trick, the secret behind there, to make it as small as possible so that any kind of doubts that something is not possible become so small that you don't even think about it if it's possible or not. Because booking a flight is not that easy. It's not that difficult, I wanted to say. Sorry for that. So there are many, many ways, but this is my way. And feel free to use that for yourself, for your journey, whatever you want to manifest. It's not only for traveling, but for pretty much everything that you want, what your dream is and what you want to make come true. And if you would like to have a little bit support with doing that, feel free to come into my coaching program, my mentoring program, where I will support you, encourage you, empower you. I will go through all the pillars with you and give you, some kind of guidance, suggestions, ideas. I'm awesome in any kind of giving ideas or solution possibilities. Sometimes I'm a very, you can actually call me problem solver as well. So I can give a lot of input about possibilities and solutions. The only thing is that you need to make that happen. You need to decide which kind of solution you want to really turn into reality. But that's something that I could do for you. I could brainstorm, I could ask you questions that really guides you into what is right for you. What are you dreaming about? What is your way of making the thing happen? And so if you like to have some support in that case, then feel free to reach out to me. I will put some of the links how you can reach me into the show notes below this video. And if you want, I'm there for you. And besides that, I wish you a very happy manifesting. I hope you like that and you can use that kind of blueprint for yourself. And then we see us in the next episode. Happy manifesting.